Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SimFx's Infinity GT Manufacturers Series, hosted by SimFx Racing and proudly sponsored by Infinity Decals. We're churning through the season now, and yeah, well, we're way over the halfway point. We are staying in the GT4s for another week, and then we switch to the GT3s next week. I'm a little bit late, well, I'm quite a bit late in getting this video out to you, so I've not watched this back yet. I know what happens from my perspective, but I don't know anything else, so I'll just wing this one, I'm afraid. We'll just have to see how it goes, and hopefully it won't be terrible. Let's flick through the grid. We're at Sardegna for this one, so we did qualifying, and as always, Mr. Dawson stuck it on pole. A great lap from Dawson there. Surprising to see a mistake. The Mercs were flying here, but LBJ was really on the pace in practice and in qualifying. He was really pushing the limits of what Dawson could manage in the Lexus, and the Merc just seemed to fly, but take nothing away from LBJ. Put a stonking lap together to put it on the front row of the grid. Tricky Tree. So the Alphas, not brilliant here, but because of the long straight, but they're good, they're brilliant everywhere else. So if they can get a slipstream, they'll be fine. And I think that's what helped Tricky Tree along to get a third. I put it on fourth. Not a bad performance for me. I'm nowhere near as good as Dawson is in the same car, but it wasn't a bad lap. Yeah, it wasn't great either, but it certainly wasn't bad. I had to do a ton of fuel burning just to get anywhere near, really. And Thundercat and the NSX is a little bit surprising with this one, because the NSX is really strong in practice, so I'm a bit surprised that Thundercat and Fat Picklesbro, the two Lexuses, kind of didn't get it further up, but they lock out the third row of the grid for this one. And you got the Porsche of Potham at Pot. Pav was in the lobby, but he was having some connection issues, I think. I don't know what the issues was. He has told us, but yeah, basically, I don't think he even lined up for this because his finger won't let him. Yeah, again, surprising the Porsches are this far back, really, because they should be quite a strong car here. The Paul King and the Sister Mercedes lines up alongside Pollitt. Rizlicking in that Group 4 Mazda. The Group 4 Mazda is a woeful car, so Rizlicking down in 9th in this one. James Harben, I can't remember why he's this far back. I want to say his lap was... I can't remember. I'm sure he sort of said that something happened in qualifying that didn't mean he got a great lap together. The Fords might struggle around here. They are a very bulky car. They don't turn brilliantly, although they are really good in the straight. So Has 91 lines up in 11th. Milky Bar is alongside him. And right at the back is Mutt 36. Somewhat surprising, because Mutt's had some absolutely serious pace lately. Let's get this show on the road. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to sort of commentate it as I go, really, and hope I don't make too much of a hash of it. So waiting for the lights to go out and for the show to get underway. Away we go. So it's an uphill and a downhill to Sardegna. It does sort of throw you off a little bit with regards to your braking. LBJ's got ahead of Dawson for the start. So that Merc getting an absolute flyer of a start. Let's see if he manages to keep it going down into T1. Dawson's got the inside line, and he will hold that on. Great overtake there by Dawson for the lead. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, nothing doing really. Sort of everyone is where they were. Fat Pickles has lost a few places. Has 91's picked one or two up. Let's see what else is going on. So Dawson, LBJ, Tricky Tree and me do start to form our own little pack now. Thundercat's quite busy with the Paul King, so I don't think he was able to really escape and focus on what we were doing. So everyone piling through, single file. This of course is the Pro League, so these are the best drivers in theory that the teams have to offer. Pot there getting late on the brakes against the Paul King. That's kind of advantage of the Porsche. It's very good on its brakes. A little bit of drifty mo coming through there from good old Potter. Well, the two Fords are making decent progress. They have relegated Milky Bar and James Harben at their expense. Mutt 36 is up 2 places, is now with his compadre Has 91. Has, who has to escape over the grass, that's not going to do him any good. He's now going cutting gardens for a living. He's Andy Douglas Mark II. Mr. Dawson in the lead, followed by LBJ, Tricky Treat and me. Thundercat's now started to catch up just a little bit. I go very deep on that corner. I basically forget my braking, and that's going to let Thundercat through my inside. That was my mistake there, but just allow Thundercat through. Really, there's not much point in fighting that one right here. Pot at Pot, as you can see, has got himself up into 6, so he's now got past the Ball King. And he will be looking to put a charge on me in the coming laps. What else is going on then? LBJ now having to worry about Tricky Tree. This is the sector of the track where Tricky Treat is really strong. The Alpha, especially into this corner, can just get on the brakes a lot later than every other car can. Dawson is starting to build a little bit of a gap to other cars behind now. Pot is starting to lock onto the back of my Lexus, and of course with a big straight coming up, this isn't what I wanted, because he will be now in attack mode. Oh, as he just gets it on the grass just a little bit, probably pushing to get keeping that slipstream as we enter this long straight. Meanwhile, a little bit further back, Rizzler King and Fat Pickles Bro having a little bit of a to-do. The Mazda's not the greatest in a straight line. Let's flip up to see what's happening down at T1. Is Tricky Tree going to go for a move? He's not. Thundercat, the slipstream from Thundercat was helping me defend to Potter. Without it, I would have been a sitting duck. Potter does look like he's all over my rear end though, so I'm just trying to stay in the toe of Thundercat here to give me a fighting chance. But what I was consciously trying to do was not scrub my tyres too much. I was still fuel saving. Despite constantly fighting, I was still trying to look after my tyres and give myself a fighting chance of having a decent stint. If I absolutely knacker my tyres up right now, then that will be the end of it. Battle for second still going hot. Mercedes versus Alfa Romeo. Italian Flair versus German Engineering. The Italian Flair is going for the inside move. He looks like he might get that done. LBJ is going to have the inside for the next turn though, and if he can stick it in, a little bit of side contact there. Not a great corner to make an overtake move on that one, because contact is not easily avoidable. Meanwhile, further behind, let's have a look. The Pool King still staying in touch with Pot at Pot. Rizzler King winning the fight against Fat Pickles Bro for now. Mop 36 in the Ford, up a couple of places. Got James Harbin for company, and Has 91 and Milky Bar at the back are having their own little scrap as well. Meanwhile, Dawson buggered off into the distance. It doesn't look like any overtakes are happening right here. I did have a look at Thundercat there, but he got his braking spot on, and I genuinely wasn't close enough to get any form of move made, so I just sort of ended up backing out of it in the end. Tricky Tree chasing down LBJ 007 for second place still. This is a battle that is raging on me. While in the background you can see Pot at Pot versus me is hotting up as well. That's getting very convoluted. Tricky Tree, does he manage to make it stick? No, it doesn't. Pot at Pot goes for the lunge around the outside on me. Tricky and LBJ again, a little bit of contact there, and Tricky Tree's off and round. No, that's bad news for the Alfa Romeo driver. Off he goes. Yellow flags are out. Fat Pickles Bro just managed to get that move made on Rizzler King before the yellow flag stopped him from doing it. And is the Pool King now trying to take advantage of this as well? I think he is. I do think the Pool King's going to go for it. He's got it made on the Mazda driver, so with a little bit of slipstream from ahead, the Pool King should be okay to keep this position. And the Ford of Mutt 36 with an Alfa Romeo behind him. So this battle here for 7th is really getting heated. Fat Pickles Bro just wanting to stay out of this for now. Everyone keeping it nice and calm on the brakes. Rizzler King jumped him over to the outside in that one, and Mutt 36 just slide through. The Pool King's a good winner out of all that, though. He's now up to 7th place, chasing down the Honda NSX of Fat Pickles Bro. So LBJ then managing to keep a good foothold in second position, with Thundercat chasing him down. A little bit further back, Pot at Pot did get past me earlier on. I kind of just had to concede it. It was concede or crash. between me and Potter. We ended up going around the outside of this corner. Just kind of backed out of it in the next turn and let him have it, basically. So we're getting very close again. The Lexus is very strong in some positions where the Porsche isn't, and accounting for that is very difficult. I see some light flashing going on behind, don't know what that's for. Everyone does seem to be filing through quite orderly through here so far. Tricky then, down to 11th after that incident we covered just a moment ago. He's a very quick driver. He'll be looking to get himself back up into the pack. That Alpha, very good at its fuel and tyres as well, and that was something that a lot of cars were struggling with here, so tyres especially. It's a very laterally limited track. Let's see what the Paul King and Mutt 36 get up to at turn 1. Mutt just backs out of that. I think Paul King was a little bit late on the brakes, but everyone manages to survive that one okay. Let's go in and say hello to Dawson, up in the lead. He's doing just fine. Hello. Right, back to the action behind LBJ. Doing a sterling job, LBJ up in front. Really can't take anything away from the Mercedes driver. Thundercat doing a really good job as well. He's really trying to get away from the pack in third. Meanwhile, me and Potter at Pot still sort of scrapping away. It did fizzle down for a lap or two. Where we both essentially just calmed the nerves of each other a little bit and just went about our business. Potter's managed to save just a little bit more fuel than I have at this stage. Tyres in similar nick. Fat Pickles Bo doing a great job on his tyres and fuel as well. Mutt 36 has absolutely rinsed his fuels. He's down to half a tank nearly already. Pulky nearly loses it there. Tricky Tree up to 9th already. Up to 8th already. It's probably going to be up to 7th by the end of the straight. It's a great move by Tricky Tree, I love it. Last corner move then. Sets his personal best fastest lap of the race on 1:25.7. That's a great time. Of course, the slipstream helping him out immensely in that Alpha, which will suffer on the straights. It's not the fastest in a straight line, but it will be OP everywhere else. He joined me in our battle to get Potter. He just goes a little bit wide. That's going to lose him a little bit of speed coming down the straight. I've only immediately defended, so I can only go this way. Round the outside, brake nice and early, go for the cutback. Potter then just goes a little bit deep, and you just see chaos ensues behind as Tricky Tree gets collected by Potter, who did just spin off there. Obviously no intent in any of that, but Tricky Tree's made a brilliant recovery back all the way back up to 5th position. Carrying a little bit of damage now, of course, but got to be said, it's lapping in the 125s. I'm in the 126s and low 27s, just managing race pace really. I'm obviously not as quick in race pace as Dawson is, but not a lot of people are. So I'm now heavily defending against the Alfa Romeo driver. Pit window is fast approaching. I'm probably going to pit the end of this lap, so I'm going very defensive there. Aware Tricky Tree's going to go for the cutback. So just making sure to maintain my defensive stance. I'm not doing bad on tyres and fuel, to be fair, considering it's a FR car. Tricky Tree goes up the inside. Don't want to fight that one too much. There's not really much point in fighting it at this stage. I'm going to come into the pits anyway. But yeah, that's me back in 5th place, so that's how it's going to unfold for now for us. Let's just keep an eye on this corner. Does everyone behave? Yes, we do. We're all good. Back up to Dawson then, lapping in the 125s very consistently. He's going to stay out as well. He's going to do an 11th lap. Tyres in nice condition. Won't need to put much fuel in at all anyway. He should be good for fuel. LBJ still managing 2nd place. Great race for the motor driver so far. He is churning through his fuel, I'm not going to lie. That is going to cost him time in the pits. Thundercat still in 3rd. Again, doing a good job is Thundercat. having to rev that car out just a little bit more to get the performance out of it. Tricky Tree in 4th, quarter of a tank for Tricky Tree, so he's obviously used quite a bit of his reserve to get back up there. I've got 1/3 of a tank left, not doing bad on fuel, but I have been short shifting a lot in this race. And then Mutt 36 behind me is on less than quarter of a tank, so that Ford just gullops it down. So we'll see what happens in the pit stop phases, I guess. Pot's in 10th after that off a lap ago, so he'll be wanting to get himself back up. Oh, he's pitted, actually, look at that, he's pitted. So he's now going to the end. So he's going to try and undercut a load of people now, is Potter. And there's a massive old gap. So Rizzler King has pitted as well, but he should be able to pull up to Rizzler King in the Mazda quite easily. But there's a massive gap behind James Harben there. If most of these guys pit now, they should come back out in front of the Porsche driver, but we'll see what happens when we come to the pit stop phases. Mutt 36 has actually got past me here, but he drives himself off wide. Who comes into the pits? I think everyone now piles into the pits. Do they? Yeah, the only people that stay out are Dawson, Fat Pickles Bro and James Harben stay out to do so far a 12 lap. They might be going even longer. So OBJ comes out the pits in 4th, Thundercat in 5th. Rizzler King, does he keep in 6th or does someone come out in front of him? So it's like a few of us are going to no, Rizzler King's going to come out just in front of us. He has pitted, of course, so he's as it stands, he's undercut everyone. So that's a proper strap from Rizzler King there. He's now up genuinely into 6th place on the road. So now it's me v Tricky Tree all over again. Paul King's joining in that fight as well. He's come out in 9th. Mutt 36 has pitted, but because he had to spend a lot longer in the pit stops, he's come out way back, and he's now got it all to do again. Has 91 having pitted in 11th. Milky Bar's in 12th, and Potter, I don't know what's happened to Potter though, he's had a shock of lap 11, 1 minute 43 that was. So Pot obviously had an issue somewhere along the line. Not quite, I honestly can't remember what happened there, Potter, so if you wouldn't mind letting me know, mate, not too sure. The main action's for 7th. So me v Tricky v the Pool King. I need to latch onto the back of Rizzler King ASAP Rocky. Need his slipstream to defend against the Alpha. The Alpha in a straight line can't beat the Lexus, but it's, look at the braking on it. It can just roll up on you on the brakes. Hold my line though. I did defend that one. I actually wasn't expecting him to go for the move there, to be fair. I didn't think he was close enough, but you do underestimate just how good that Alpha is on the brakes. So just going on board with Tricky Tree now. Actually, we'll just take a little bit of time on board with him. See, my entry onto that corner at that time at least was a lot quicker than he was, but he's able just to get a little bit more mid-apex speed. So I haven't got a slipstream to defend, but he's able just to brake so much later into that corner than I am. So side by side here, I decide to just back out with that one. Resume racing. So Rizzler King now has the job of holding off Tricky and me, and unfortunately just run it off the track. That now is going to put me and Tricky right on his chuff. I pull out. Tricky's still got some slipstream, so he can fight us a little bit. So he's getting a little bit pushy. He shoves to force a gap. Looks like both me and Tricky Tree make it through. James Harper Look at that little Alfa Romeo getting through. Oh, you cheeky little monkey. Oh, you cheeky little monkey. Anyway, I'll stop being stupid. So, Tricky Tree then. Up to 5th position. I'm in 6th, but I've got James Harbin being a bit of a pest, I'm afraid. That's what I'm going to call you, James. You've been a pest. So he's now wanting to distract me from attacking his chappy friend up in 5th place. So I was vaguely aware that James was hovering about and ready to pounce. I've now sort of found a bit of a groove, so I've just put in 125.6. So I'm starting to lap decent pace now, because I'm fresh tyres and low fuel. It's the only way I'll ever get close to Dawson's pace. So this battle for 5th is going to be the one that we'll probably cover, to be fair, because it doesn't seem to as the king goes off. It doesn't seem to be an awful lot else really going on. Let's just have a bit of a recap of everyone in the field, actually, just see where we are. We've got 7 minutes left, something like that. The Alien done a 124.5, so a full second quicker than my fastest lap. Mr. Dawson up in 1st position, a healthy lead to Fat Pickles Bro in 2nd place. At some point Fat Pickles has got past LBJ. LBJ's now coming under attention from the other Honda Thundercat, so you might remember me saying, oh, Fat Pickles Bro's no stopping, of course he is. Loves a no stop. You might remember me saying that the Hondas were really good at this track, and this is what I mean. They are really good. I'm back past Tricky Tree, so I'm up to 5th place, but it looks like he's going to come back at me. Let's just see what he does here. So I'm going defensive. Oh, 2 don't go into 1. Right, let's have a look at... Oh, Tricky. Oh, for God's sake. Alright, let's have a look at this from my perspective first. So, I think because I'm involved in this, we'll break down an incident, I guess, because that's what this was. I'm spanning around. So at this point, Tricky's right there. He's right up my chuff. So I go defensive to the right. That way he can only go left. That's basically his choice. So I brake, and you'll see at this point I'm braking. Tricky's not braking yet. Now he's braking. So he's braking a hell of a lot later than I am into this corner. And that's either late braking tactic or or it's just because the Alpha's OP on the brakes. Both going to the corner. Because of my reduced angle into the corner, I have to take a little bit of a later line into the apex, whereas Tricky can now in theory just go straight up. I'm having to basically go that way. My God, that was terrible. Right. You'll see if you just watch now, the curb does give me a little kick. There we go, and that then throws me into this trajectory. So at this point, there's enough space for both cars to sort of make it. But because of that curb hit, I get launched into Tricky Tree's trajectory. At the time, we'll replay this from my perspective, and I'll tell you what I was thinking, because I knew he went off, obviously. So this is real time my perspective. I honestly just thought he went for a very opportunistic move and binned it. In brutal honesty, hence why I didn't wait. If I'd have purposely hit him off the track, or if I would have hit him off the track, like, for an act of bad driving, then I would have waited up. Because I would have expected them to do the same for me. So let's just see where this leads us. Pot my pot. What's it? We're gonna do a bit of a recap. So we're up to me anyway. James Harbin in 6th place. Then he's gonna still be making an attack. Paul King is in 7th. I'm not doing a bad job at all. Tricky Tree in 8th. Sorry, no, Whistler King in 8th, Tricky Tree in 9th, with Mutt for company. Tricky Tree's got tons of fuel on that car, so he can just rev the nuts off it to get back up there. Mutt in 10th. Consistent pace from Mutt, got to be said. I think he's just 1 or 2 bad laps fact, no, I don't even know what it is, to be fair, but Mutt's down in 10th, but he seems to have decent pace, I like. Has 91 in 11th, had a bit of a struggle this race, but just lapped to 125.9, so not bad ability from the Ford driver. Milky Bar's just gone for a cup of tea in the pits. He had to top up a bit of fuel, and Potter obviously just had a couple of laps there in auto drive, recording like 148s and 149s. So Dawson's now coming up to lap people. And I've got James Harben for company. So lap 19, closing stages of the race. A few minutes left to go in this one, about 3 minutes left, so we should get another couple of laps in. If you want some proof, ladies and gentlemen, that aliens do exist and they are among us and they are part of us, but they are human, you're about to get it. Dawson gets 4 wheels off. The Lexus swaps ends, gets a little bit of rear end damage for his troubles, but he's that far ahead, it doesn't matter. He just carries on as normal, basically. Loses a bit of time, don't get me wrong, but he's that far ahead of Fat Pickles Bro, who's no stopping currently. I mean, he's doing good pace, but he doesn't have the pace to catch Dawson at this minute in time. He's pretty safe and pretty clear. LBJ's doing a decent job in 3rd. In fact, a really good job, but this might be his best result yet in the Infiniti GT Manufacturers Series. I want to go as far as to say it will be. Maybe a similar result for Thundercat. He has pitted, I think. I can't remember actually. I want to say the 144 on lap 11 was a pit stop. But hit me up in the comments and let me know if you did. Then you've got the battle for 5th. Now this starts getting hot now, and I'll cover this because there is something to cover this lap, similar to what we covered a few laps ago between me and Tricky Tree. So James Harben has spent the last couple of laps on full-blown attack mode against me. Him doing that has meant that I've had to defend to him, which cost me a little bit of time, and that's allowed Tricky Tree, who is really firing in some proper lap times, like 125 solid since the off. He's really ramping up the pace now. So we're 5th, 6th, 7th. I've got a feeling James Harben's going to let him go, and we're approaching the incident that we need to cover. So coming up to the windmills bit, just get a little bit of a tag on the rear there, and from that angle it looks really bad. Key to note that Tricky Tree wakes up for me, but let's just cover that from his perspective. When I get the right angle. So yeah, possible team orders kicking in there at Alfa Romeo Racing. And yeah, I don't know. I've watched this back a few times, and like, I'm not obviously on stream gonna say anything that's derogatory or anything, but like, I had to brake for that corner. The Alphas don't. The Alphas can just lift and coast because of the short wheelbase. They can just turn a lot easier. The Lexus is just a giant boat. But yeah, these things happen in racing. They happen in real life racing as well. He waited up for me. We've spoke outside of this as well, so we've sort of cleared the air a little bit. And yeah, there's no issue with it. It annoyed me at the time. I won't lie, it annoyed me at the time, and I did have my little rage. And to be brutally honest, it just made me drive terrible for the last lap because my head just wasn't in it at this stage. So I'm currently in 8th, but that won't last. Has 91 in 10th, marginal on his fuel, but should make it. Let's hope he does. Rizzler King doesn't look like he's going to make it on the fuel he's on, to be brutally honest with you. Yeah, you're going to run out, mate, I'm afraid. Question is Milky Bar going to catch him, or is Milky Bar going to run out of time? I think Milky Bar might actually run out of time. Potter Pot starts his last lap as well. He's just about given up on this one, to be honest. So who finishes? Who's not going to get another lap in? Tricky Tree's got past me. They're all getting another lap in. Rizzler King's going another lap in. Milky Bar. Milky Bar is going to be the first official finisher of the race. I think, no, Dawson's finished, giving us a slight. In fact, let's give you a coverage of your finish, Dawson. Let's be nice about you here. And we'll just cover everyone as they come across the line. So Dawson, 21 laps, fastest lap of the race, pole position. He's done the triple crown, as we call it. Love the handbrake slide, mate. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Nice. That's Dawson winning yet another race. No stop strap from Fat Pickles Bro has delivered a second place for him, so a great strategic race for Fat Pickles Bro. Love the handbrake, mate. Thank you for that, LPJ. You've let me down. LPJ picks up his first podium. Thundercat's going off-roading. Gives me a slap at the handbrake though. Love it. Thank you very much. Are you going to give me a handbrake, James Harden? Don't let me down. Yeah, thank you very much. Fifth place for you. What, 36? Go on, mate. No, that's pathetic. Tricky Treat, yeah, you're not going to let me down. Paul King, where were you Merc drivers? And obviously I slapped the handbrake on for good measure as well, in 9th place. Has 91, finishes 10th. Rizzler King. Brilliant, mate. Come on, Potter, don't let me down. Are you even trying? Are you even going? Come on. Oh, he's out of fuel, I think. No, he's out of fuel. So there we go, then, ladies and gentlemen. Sardegna complete. We now pack the cars up and go over to St. Croix B for the reverse grid race. I'll throw the confirmation of those race results up on your screen now for you, so you just know definite confirmation of how the race completed. And look at those results, imagine them upside down, and that's the starting grid for the next race. So Palmer Potts in a very good spot for St. Croix B in that Porsche, so he'll certainly be one to watch in the next video. Meanwhile, that's pretty much it for now. Do leave your comments below. What do you think of the two incidents involving me and Tricky? Genuinely interested to think what you thought about. Should I have waited up in my one? Do you think I was in the wrong for not doing? That'd be interesting to know. Other than that, any comments, likes, subscribes, all that jazz, more than welcome. Content hopefully should be getting ramped up in the coming weeks. And we're approaching the 200 subscriber mark soon, and I'm getting the new pedals soon as well. So once I've got them fitted up to my rig and I'm comfortable with them, I will probably be doing a giveaway on my T3PA pedals that I'm using at the minute. So a very good pedal set for the Thrustmaster kit. So that's something to look out for. That'll probably be a subscriber special, I don't know. But yeah, we'll go from that. Thank you very much for tuning in this time around. Keep an eye out for the St. Croix video, probably out tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Take it easy. Don't forget to wash your hands and keep a metre away, and don't be an idiot and like go queuing at Tesco's for pasta. Just don't do it, right? Chill out, world. Let's not be like that.